Greetings to y'all fellow admins, hope y'all doing fine right now. So anyways, for today I'm just going to explain the functions of a functor in Aether Gazer. I'm just going to take a quick guide to it, and also I'm going to give some advices to y'all as well. To be honest, I don't really know on what to post for my next content as of now, since this next content was supposed to be for Hera's build guide, although I'm still leveling her up and also her access key as of now. Except for the sigils and the skills, I might expect to finish building her by next week. And as always, I'ma also give a quick tutorial guide for this new modifier. But anyways, I guess that's all enough the chit chat, and let's get going on to the main topic. So to start with, functors are like the stats that you need for your weapon. Since instead of pulling for a weapon for that one modifier, they instead add this uniquely feature, but to be honest I think a lot of gacha games had already adapted this idea. Take Honkai Star Rail as an example. So yeah, it's mostly like a rare feature overall. So, similarly to modifiers, functors also has its perspective gen zones. You can equip a functor to a modifier that also has the same gen zones. Now let's move on to the functor types. So normal functors are basic functors that don't provide any special bonuses to specific characters. These functors are usually 3 stars or 4-star functors. Same goes with the 5-star functors that you can bought from the dimensional variables. For example, some 5-star functors, like Herald Hydra, Shikigami Aosuginohi, and Elf Galadriel, are also classified as normal functors. While they may not have unique enhancements like characters bonus, they still offer valuable benefits to your characters. Although these functors are just optional, even though that the stats of that functors doesn't really made for every modifiers, but overall it can still be your second option, if you really don't have a suitable functor for that one modifier. Now on to the next part, about the functors gacha system. To be honest, this was definitely the best feature that has any gacha game has made, since it was really meant for F2P players. Now I don't know if the developers intentionally made this so that we don't have to worry about losing pity onto the other banner for your character. Since this functor pulling system, or the unawakened functors, on this process you have to pull 70 times or lower if you're lucky to get a desired type of functor. And of course you gotta have to pick the general zone type of a functor that you want before you pull first. Now this is best part of where you somehow get an unawakened functor. After you'll equip it, you can see that there's an awakened button below that functor, so all of you have to do is to press that, and there you can pick any type of signature functor for your modifier. But do not be worried of picking a wrong functor for your main modifier, since it will automatically recommend a functor that is perfect for your modifier, or in which case they will recommend the modifier's signature functor. You can also ascend a functor, just like ascending your modifiers, if you somehow want to reach its max potential, but it can really cost up a lot, especially if you're an F2P player, but nevertheless it's still your decision. But for me it's still a huge deal for a functor with or without an ascension. It still brings a huge benefit for your modifier. Now for the final question, is it really worth pulling for the functor scan? All I can say is that, yes, of course it's really worth it. Although if you're an F2P player, then I can only suggest that pull for a signature functor for your main only, and as for your teammates, it doesn't really matter. You can either equip a 4-star functor for them that has a good stat, or that 5-star functor in the dimensional variable shop if you really wanted to, and instead after you get that signature functor, focus more on pulling on the character scan instead. This is the only thing I can recommend for those F2P admins out there. And for the whales, well, I think y'all know that you could just swipe your card and get anything you want, if you really wanted to, of course. And my final thoughts for this is that understanding functors in Aether Gazer is crucial for optimizing your character's potential. Make sure to identify your character's gen zone, choose the appropriate functor type, and consider awakening a signature for your main lead modifier if you really want to. By following these guidelines, you'll be well equipped to tackle challenges and progress faster in the game. And I guess that's all for today, so what do you think about this? If this video helped you, then be sure to like the video and might consider subscribing as well. That's all fellow admins, see ya in the next video.